Welcome
Get
back
ready
to
for
the
some
channel.
insightful talk about the Honda Transalp 750 by the Somewhere Inside channel.
280 kilometer review. Yeah, the bike's been pretty good, pretty reliable. Well, 100% reliable. The only issue I had was a bit of a wobble, which has sort of been on the front end, only with the hands off the bars, which is common on bikes, and it's basically a combination of poorly fitted front tyres, maybe too much weight on a top box, but that was sort of ruled out, and maybe stiffening the preload up because you have a top box. But anyway, that was about the only issue. A little bit of water comes through the mode select switch when it's raining, but it only happens intermittently, and all you do to fix that, if it happens, it means if you're in sports mode, you couldn't go into rain mode, or if you're in rain mode, you can't go into sports mode or any of the other modes until you turn the ignition off and cycle back through. It's happened about maybe three or four times, and and all the Ks, so 27,000 Ks I've owned a bike. I've done 25,000 of those Ks, so it's not a regular thing, and I have rode in the rain more than three or four times, so it doesn't happen every time. And it's quickly fixed, so it's probably just a bit of water getting into this little bit here, this little switch. But I'd say to be a minuscule amount of water, and it doesn't. There's no other. The dash doesn't light up or go off. There's no other short, so indicators work as they should. So, but that is something to note. Maybe the Honda engineers can fix. 25 models already been released in certain countries. It hasn't arrived in Australia, which is a bit strange, because I think Australia, I don't know how many is sold, but there's not that much competition to the Honda Transalp in the 750 segment as far as adventure bikes is concerned. It's certainly probably the most powerful if you compare it to the V-Strom 650. And probably you could put the Versys 650 in there. Versys 650 can go on dirt roads quite comfortably with just a little bit road biased, off-road biased tyres. I've got the Pirelli Scorpion Trail Free tyres on this bike, so this will only do mild dirt roads. I actually haven't tried the tyres out on dirt, because you can see the part of the world here, there's just so many great sealed roads that are basically in the bush, so I'm having to ride motorways and traffic and all that sort of crap. You can just get out of the Gold Coast and you're on a road like this. It took 35 minutes from where I live, stop for fuel, and I'm here. So they've closed up a lot of dirt tracks around even this area. So it's great having buying a dirt bike, an off-road registered road bike, but an off-road registerable dual sport. But where do you get to ride it if you want to ride regularly? I'm not about like people buy the bikes and they do the big long group tours and all that sort of stuff, or group rides, and if you buy the bike for that, it's a bit of a social thing. They might live in Sydney and that, and they go on regular rides, or anywhere. But if you're a person wants to ride as much as possible, no faff, no stuffing around, no trying to organise, just go yourself, just get on the bike and go. These are the roads, they give you fair bit of freedom. We're not giving you the off-road riding, and I am from an off-road ride background, and I never really thought I would be saying this, but you can certainly get as much fun, pleasure out of road riding. You don't have to go fast. Like, I'm just cruising here. I'm really wary of wildlife. I'm still early. It's only 8:28, and in the winter, kangaroos and so forth are a bit lazy. They or is it more adventurous? They stay out longer. It's only it doesn't get light till about 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's all over summer where it gets light at 4 a.m. and it's hot by it's getting pretty warm by 7-8 o'clock, so they go and find the shade. Kangaroos and the birds can sort of congregate near the roads and on the roads. So yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so you don't have to. I think a lot of guys from an off-road background like myself who grew up riding mini bikes and enduro bikes and only rode dual sports on the road to get from one trail to another. Saw the road as a bit of a pain in the ass, basically because our bikes, weren't suited to road riding. Sort of, yeah, I wouldn't say turn the noses up at road riding, but I think I'd just say to those people, don't discount this sort of road riding on the back roads, because these can, you can find the dirt roads as well, and do your power sliding and all that sort of stuff. But there's a lot of great scenery to be seen on roads like this. I mean, look at this. This is Hines Dam. Less than an hour, less than 45 minutes from most parts of the Gold Coast. Let's get on your bike. I'm going to stop here. Here's the rest facilities and have some breakfast. I've bought my own pie and so forth. Drinking bar chocolate, so why not? Alright. Thanks for watching the channel. See you later.